Greetings, sentient beings. This broadcast is not intended for children. There will be strong language and adult themes.
And welcome to the wrap up.
So welcome to the final wrap up for the annual Christmas marathon. And thank you for everybody who is sticking with us here. Okay, I see everybody coming in from Claire's. But we had started out with already having Robert X and Greg Hartwick here. And Mark Caesar, Ember, Tsunami, Regis, Huxkull, Tim Bob, Sumami, Maya, Godless Scummer, and Jenny Morgan. Yeah, Jenny, I'm sorry. I got a little bit of a perk up nap, but not really thinking yet, so I did not send out links all over the place like I should have done.
Want me to take care of that?
Yeah, if you would, Mage. Put the StreamYard link into the usual groups and send Jenny your key.
Mm-hmm.
Skits Crasher! Hey! Skits Crasher is our biggest supporter on the channel. It sends me a bit on PayPal at the beginning of every month, and I really appreciate that. And also, randomly from time to time, has been sending cat toys. Okay. So I made a couple more of you moderators just in case that troll follows you over here. Might wind up having to play Whack-A-Troll. Hey, Amiga Nuts. Amiga Nuts also deserves some special recognition for maintaining the YouTube troll list for us. It basically has the links for everyone in our community. So, in my chats, generally, everybody who had appeared on the panel, I wind up putting all their links to their YouTube channel and their Twitter and Discord and whatever into the description. And Amiga Nuts is the one who provides me with all the links for everybody.
There. You should have your invite there, or Jenny.
Yeah, anybody who wants to, is welcome to come in. If you didn't see a link in the group, let me know and we'll get you one. But I'm not gonna pin the link as we reason to believe there's already a troll lurking.
All right, I think I got all the special thanks people here just to run it by real quick. The bottom screen.
Oh, you did that already. Thank you. I was wanting to do that before this, and with doing the last minute scheduling, I can't get around to it. Hello, Jenny. Thank you for being with us.
Also, I did an intro.
Thank you, Mage. Mage is actually putting in more effort on this channel than I am. Everybody needs to know that. Mage is responsible for the backgrounds, and anything that looks pretty here is Mage's work. I'm completely utilitarian, and I never know how to do aesthetics. And also credit to Greg Hartwick for producing the thumbnail at the beginning of the stream with the Triceratops pulling the wagon.
Oh, I was on mute. I didn't realize that. I'm sorry.
Oh, there you are. Now we hear you.
Hello. I'm sorry. I am sorry. I'm old too. I changed my name again for you.
It's okay. We're all old and tired now. It is 3 o'clock in the morning here.
Mm. And it feels like it too. But hey, if I was saying, if you're interested in anime, I definitely want to talk to about that.
Lord of Linkage.
Yeah, Jester, I just made you a moderator so you can play if he shows up. Oh, we have Clockwork Rex.
Make everybody a mod in case that punk shows up.
Yeah, I've been as people were coming in, anyone who wasn't already a mod, I've been adding. Everybody that's been hanging around to the previous streams.
Well, this has been one heck of a good marathon. It's definitely a step up from last year. Every one of the episodes that I went to had much better audiences than last year.
Oh yeah,
everybody was much more lively, good in depth, lots of yucks. Ember was
we got
spectacular.
A bunch of new people. Yep, we got a bunch of new people that I didn't even know last year.
The punk is up.
He showed up.
I think I might be wrong. MC Wrecker, is that who we're looking for?
No. MC Wrecker is Claire's sidekick.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Nope, that's someone else. We're looking for rapper.
Yep.
Rapper, yes. Thank you.
Okay, and Kentucky Atheist. See, we've got a bunch of people that I didn't even know last year, like Ember and Kentucky Atheist. So that's really invigorated things here.
I was impressed that Kentucky Atheist could even exist. I thought that was capital crime in Kentucky.
I had a blast on Kentucky Atheist channel with Daniel person.
I was driving Sloth Girl, so I missed that segment. And I got a little bit of a perk up. I dozed off during Pocket Locker stream for a bit. So I got like an hour and a half there, but I'm definitely not at full now, and I've wound up developing a migraine. So
that's why migraines suck.
That's why I'm not on top of it right now. So my head is a bit distracting me because I get these migraines that feel like somebody has driven a steel spike through my left eyebrow and it's come out behind my ear.
I get it in the back of my head. And
see, we should just cut those sections off. See, we should just cut those sections out.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, it's not funny twice. I guess I'll give that one up then. Thanks.
I think I would need like a deep hole saw then to just kind of burrow a core out of my brain.
Yeah.
Oh, Claire, yeah, that guy was very, very bright. It must be tough to be not even be good at being a troll.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, if you're going to be a troll, at least bring some clever insults, because then at least they'll let you stick around for a bit.
Yeah, aren't they concerned about their legacy?
Yeah, that's their legacy. They were a YouTube troll. Oh, their offspring would be so proud of them, huh?
Oh yes.
God, I hate these infomercials that are on for these ugly and poorly made pots and pans, because the food always looks so good.
So, what was everybody's favorite segments?
Of the marathon?
Yeah.
Well, I liked yours.
Yeah, thank you. Which ones? Both of them, or
The first one.
yeah?
Yeah, I caught half of the first one before I went out. I'll have to watch the rest of it later.
The gardening stuff, huh?
Yeah. The other one was a bit slow. I think you've got a good concept there. Just needs a little refinement.
Yeah, well, I actually was putting that together, or while Amy was doing her thing. So
Yeah. Oh, I just appreciate everybody who helped out, and the only thing we had a bit of a glitch for was that Stephanie overslept a bit, but Nervardier stepped in, filled up the time until Stephanie came back. So we need to give some extra points to Nervardia there too.
That wasn't Nervardia.
Mhm.
Nervardia didn't step in. Somebody else did.
No, Nervardia was showing off her pictures of New Zealand.
What Stephanie was missing?
Yeah.
Okay, I missed that part.
Anyway, hey Randall, Claire. Claire and Wrecker, you should get in here. Oh, they probably need me to put a link on Discord.
I did put a link in Discord.
Oh, you did? Okay. Okay, Claire, pull the link from my Discord server and you and Wrecker get in here.
Yeah, Stephanie was really dragged out.
Mhm.
I don't think she got any extra sleep time
Yeah.
between shows.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
Robert,
know.
time zones are a bitch. It really broke my brain trying to keep all the time zones straight for scheduling everybody.
Yeah, I noticed the last one I saw Stephanie on, and she was pretty much falling asleep in her chair.
Yep.
Thank you, Jer. Thank you for serving as my memory.
What? Oh, yep. You're right. You're right. I'm sorry. Yeah, Maya stepped in.
It's unforgivable. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, the last 2 days, pretty much everything's kind of blurred together. It'll straighten out after I get some sleep.
God, I love that dog picture. It's just so intense.
Yeah, many nights I had to create a Kick account just for MC Wrecker because many nights he streams just his guitar practice, and it's something very relaxing at the end of the night for me.
There's this guy who is on TikTok, and he features other guitarists. I don't know who he is, if he's some famous guitar guy or whatever, but he features all these people. Some are young, some are middle-aged, some are kids, and they cover certain big time tunes that we all know and stuff like that. And they've had a couple of kids that are like 8, 9, 10 years old who are playing their Fender like they've been a 40-year pro at rock and roll. It's just amazing. And then they showed this guitar with a neck that rotates, and the frets apparently change or something depending on how it's positioned, and so you get all kinds of different sound and stuff out of it. It was really bizarre.
And that rotates. I'm trying to think how that would work without crossing the strings together.
The fret section is on a tube that wraps around a center shaft that goes up to the head.
Sounds interesting. I'd like to hear that play and see what it sounds like.
I'll try to find it.
Yeah. Antra deserves some good credit too. She rarely actually joins the stream, but she helps out with a bunch of stuff in the background.
Aunt Jera is one of the most indispensable people we know.
Yep. And she's a good fact finder for us.
Actually, she's too good. I get mad that because she shows me how stupid I am.
Jenny, you're not stupid. You have your areas of expertise, which are certainly things that I could never do.
What did you think of that guitar, Randall? Oh, and there was this other one. Oh, I can't believe this. The child is 1.5 years old, okay? And mom holds the kid in her lap with her arms around his abdomen to hold him in there. And the kid plays the fucking piano.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, he's got these short little fingers, so he can't do it very well, you know, because his whole hand is no bigger than a couple keys.
Yeah.
But for what he can do, you know, for the physical movement, it's amazing. He didn't hit any flat notes. You know, his timing was not good. You know, because he's 1.5. He can make a lot of mistakes, but he was just incredibly good. It was really fun to watch.
Randall, as a performing musician, said that he didn't like the rotating guitar.
Sounds bad, huh? I came across the YouTube Jaden Riley. I heard the one I heard was when she was like 12. She was singing "The Sound of Silence." An amazing voice.
Oh, that's somebody current, Jaden Riley.
Yeah, apparently she's still active. I mean, her last video was 3 weeks ago.
I love that show. I wish I could get it because I can't get it NBC on broadcast. America's Got Talent. I think it brings out such incredible talent. It's just wonderful. I think American Idol is stupid, but this show, it highlights so many different people, so diverse.
I would agree. Yeah, the America's Got Talent has actually, you know, brought some performers that we would have never heard of to center stage.
Let's see. The video I saw of her was from 6 years ago, so she's got to be about 18, 19 now.
You're okay, pal. There.
Well, if she's that old, that means you can lust after her if you want.
No. My general rule of thumb is nobody younger than my daughter. Oh. Oh, yeah, Mage. You're getting more requests to sing.
Apparently.
You have a good voice for that. And on a similar note, that Ember did a reading on his stream. And yeah, at Ember, I think if you wanted to, you might be able to make some money recording audiobooks.
I didn't think I was that great of a singer. I mean, I only had maybe a chorus once in middle school. That was about the extent of my singing learning stuff. Don't think I want to try anything right now. And after being through about a dozen live streams, my voice is probably a bit shot right now.
I mean, I used to sing, but I had to give up because of my throat. People kept threatening to cut it, so.
So Jeff, how have you been doing through all this?
Yeah. I mean, I haven't been. I suppose I've popped up in one or two of the streams, haven't I? I mean, I obviously did a 2-hour block after the kickoff, didn't I? But Yeah, I've sort of been on. I ended up going to sleep like really early last night because
Hmm.
But
Well, you're used to having to wake up awfully early, aren't you?
yeah, so I
Record,
kind of
could you
get
get
a
that
little
to
bored of
Purple
Christmas
or
Day
Mage
after a
somehow?
while. So
Record, if you get that to Purple or Mage somehow, they could put it up on screen. It's
Well,
not like
okay,
it's a
which one was it?
copyrighted video. It's just somebody's crap on YouTube or TikTok, whatever.
Back.
Oh yeah, sure. Put the link.
Okay. Yeah, Mage
I
is better with it. We'll
I
let
learned
him
a
handle it.
shitload about Ember this last couple of days. I'm really impressed with him as a human being.
Oh yeah, I'm glad that I've been getting to know him, and I think he is filling an important niche, for basically just demonstrating to people that it's all right to be a transgender binary, that you don't necessarily have to be on one extreme or the other.
You just said transgender binary.
Or transgender non-binary. Sorry.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's better.
Yeah, but
so it's
he's
getting
found
late,
his
Jenny.
comfortable spot somewhere in the middle of the spectrum. Sorry, what was that, Greg? Or Jeff?
I just say Jenny, it's getting late. You have to forgive people for a few mistakes now. Ugh.
Yeah, people are dropping all sorts of links in the side chat.
Yeah, I think I was going to say though, Perps, this is probably one of the best things about this event every year is that because we all seem to have our own little circles or whatever, but where there's sort of parts of this community that intersect with one, we get to intersect and speak to people we don't normally speak to all year.
With
So
the crazy inventor Magic Alex made a
Okay.
rotating 8 sides. Okay, what if it was cylindrical and the spinning was an actual part of the playing?
How do you want me to? Do you want me? This is like a 16-minute video. I mean, how much of this do you want me to play?
Well, it seems that they're just talking about the instrument, so why don't you just skip ahead to where he's actually playing?
Oh no, I'd like to hear some construction information. Come on.
Yeah, well, but like Mage said, it's like a 16-minute video. So we probably just want to play just a few minutes of it.
Yeah, this looks like an interesting part.
Way, it's because the other options sounded even worse. And for the strings, we decided to use every string in existence, from the thinnest guitar string to the thickest bass string in the entire world. Because this.
I'll just skip ahead.
Oh, I didn't realize it had so many extra strings.
Yeah, okay, now I get it, why it would be so interesting. That it adds some different sized strings to it.
How does he actually play this thing? It looks
There
like
you go. That looks like
he's playing. Yeah, that looks like a playing right there.
Wow, I can't believe it. It's so weird, but so normal at the same time. I didn't expect to be able to play anything on this. Let's try some regular chords. What string is this even? Yeah, the first normal thing. Okay.
Sounds a little shallow to me. What do you guys think?
Well, I think one of the
does
problems,
sound a little tinny. It doesn't have any bass.
Yeah, it doesn't get
depth.
resonance because the tube goes over the center hole in the guitar.
Of course, he's still on the skinny strings.
Yeah. I like the concept, and I just like unique instruments that make some sounds that we're not used to hearing.
Okay, this looks like he's doing the thicker ones.
No.
Wow.
Let's see if we can actually do what it's intended for, which is switching between guitar, a big bass section, and fretless bass. No.
Actually, sounds pretty decent on the bass.
I think it's also what influence he's putting on the pedals and stuff like that.
Mhm.
It's not just the guitar, but boy, that's amazing, isn't it?
Interesting.
The clip I saw didn't even have any music to it. It was just kind of showing pictures of it. No words, nothing.
Yep.
Oh, puppy, puppy, puppy! I'm gonna boop your nose.
Well, everyone-
Boop, 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 boop.
Yes, Molly is extremely boopable.
Yeah, I like to have one of her toys. I'll take it and boop her nose with it, and we'll grab it.
Oh. Yeah. Payback. Sorry, I'm trying to keep up with the side chat, and once I see something, then I've got to find it before it scrolls away.
31 hours. Damn.
Yep.
Can't believe I've done this much.
Oh, and I see Orla with us now. Yeah. Yeah, I can't find the thing to. There we are. This is another project that Claire's doing. Having a whole bunch of different creators each read one chapter of The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. And she was saying when she finishes that, she'll go on with the other books in the series.
Neat.
Oh, I wish I knew how to read.
But yeah, I've been listening to those as she's put them out. Those are a great thing to put on when I'm falling asleep. I always liked having audiobooks for that. And I'm a big fan of audiobooks. You know, my dyslexia gets in the way of me really enjoying reading.
Claire, why did you think of this particular project? It's interesting. What motivated you? What twisted your twat? In other words,
Yeah, Wrecker, earlier in that video, it was, showing about how he built it.
Yeah. Well, the other idea for the like what I was doing with the second in stream with the comics and stuff. It won't just be comic books. It'll be movies, TV shows, cartoons. Maybe some video games in there. There's
yeah, I think you've got some good potential there.
Yeah, it's not going to be just also it's not going to be trying to keep up with the current movie and thing that's just coming out. I want to do a huge range of eras and stuff to cover.
Yep. Well, and that's really what I was loving about it. That if you go back and do some of the comic stories from the Golden Age.
Yeah, I can cover all sorts of stuff there.
What's the site again? DouglasAdamsStory.com or what was it? Gotta find that. Where'd it go?
Sorry,
Douglas Adams. I'm a huge fan of Douglas Adams, or no, that's not the.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but you can just drop Claire a DM on Twitter or Discord.
I'd like to check it out, see if I have interest. I'm a little nervous to do that, but I might try.
Well, the nice thing about it is that you can record it yourself at home, and just listen to it and make sure it's something that you want to do.
I've got a copy of Hitchhikers somewhere at the house, and I think that's the only one of his books I've got, though.
I've decided, Perp, that I have to give up my own judgment of my own voice because I hate it with a passion. But I've had so many people tell me that they really like it and that it's soothing. Soothing? Really? Yeah. Jeez.
I have the same thing, Jenny. Part of why I stopped making edited videos was I really couldn't stand to listen to my own voice over and over while I was editing.
Yeah, yeah. Yes, I did. I did read it once on an audiobook. I did not listen closely enough. It was pretty confusing towards the end.
Yeah, having listened to my own voice while editing videos is definitely a problem. I like to make the joke of, yeah, I've got a face for radio and a voice for silent films.
Yep. But you know what? Over the years, I've heard virtually every YouTube creator say the same thing. You know, that even some of the fairly big channels like Paula G and Vice Rhino have said they don't like to hear their own voice when they're editing.
Yeah, there is
I
actually a
hate
psychological
listening.
thing to that.
Yeah.
I hate listening to like on my videos back because oh sorry because I'm very conscious of the fact that I stammer quite a bit in my video, you know, and
Yeah.
I suppose it's something I
Uh-oh.
ought to listen to try and work on how to overcome that. But
Somebody made a swatting call on Marjorie Taylor Greene's house.
I
I
know,
heard about
look,
that.
I saw that. Listen, here's my thoughts on that. Listen, I can't stand that woman. But people who swat are sick fucking assholes. I don't give a shit who it's to. It's out of order.
I absolutely agree. You should. Swatting is terrible.
Well,
It's terrible and it's very dangerous.
Yeah, it doesn't matter who you're doing it to.
Yeah.
when the call goes out, every cop responds at top speed, and there's every citizen on the street is in danger.
Yep. Yeah, and just
Oh, the woman with the double uterus gave birth to twins.
I mean, and here's the thing as well. Look, I don't care if you're the biggest hater of Marjorie Taylor Greene in the world, okay? And like I said, I can't stand the woman. The thing is, if you try and swat someone like that, it might be someone else altogether different that gets hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true.
And then it's also perhaps unfair on what's but a poor cop or someone shoots someone by mistake, they've got to blooming live with that as well, you know.
yeah.
It's an absolutely sick thing to do, and I don't like. So I really couldn't care less who it's done to.
There is an explanation for the thing of why nobody likes their own voice. Is that, when you're speaking, you're hearing your own voice reflected back with an imperceivably slight delay. But at the same time, your actual speech is already vibrating your own ear, the ossicles, the tiny bones in your ear. So effectively, it's kind of like, when you're here in StreamYard and you've got the YouTube video running, so you wind up hearing that slightly delayed echo coming back at you at the same time. Yeah, but it's like, a nanosecond difference, but it's enough to give you a kind of uncanny valley sensation of your own voice. That's why your voice never sounds like how you think it sounds like.
That's part of it.
Now, that was the scientific explanation I had read for it.
Well, you hear so differently because you're hearing it all through the bone.
Yep.
And your whole head resonates, not just your throat.
What was another part of it is that the auditory cortex goes to sleep when we're talking, so we're not registering our own voices in that way. Except when we're hearing it from the outside, it is active. So it is actually a mental thing going on in your head that's going wonky and doesn't know what to do with this information.
Yeah.
Yeah, back in 2 seconds, guys.
1, 2.
You're late.
3,
He lied.
4.
That's Scummer. No wonder he's called Scummer.
Yeah, really.
So anyone who didn't get the update before, Slothgirl's daughter dropped her off again, so She's back up safe in her own bed. Everything went well. And I'm glad that worked for her because she didn't usually participate too much in the strings. So, like when we were in Michigan, a couple of times she, really felt left alone. But I was kind of torn because I've seen that this has become important to people. For me to
Oh,
do this every year.
well, it became important to me this year, so
Yep.
I would have been really bad this year if it wasn't for these streams.
Well, I'm glad we helped you out. Yeah, and here we are, 4 o'clock in the morning. We got 20 people watching, and then on the weekly streams, 20 people is generally about our maximum.
I sometimes talk tough about being able to tolerate my life and 45 years of solo existence. But the reality is that when the holiday comes around, it's worse some years than others. This year has been a very, 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 very difficult year to get through. I've been on the edge a couple times.
Yeah, well, I know
and
you've.
between my shrink and all of you guys, you've kept me off the edge, and I just want to really appreciate you guys.
Well, good. I'm glad we were able to help. And just know that you've always got friends here. You've always got someone to talk to when you need it.
Well, I don't think I want to talk to you people. Oh, come on.
Yeah, I was having
Excuse
that trouble too. I made a new friend, and when that happened, I didn't know they were going to expect me to talk to them every single month.
Junie's here.
Oh, Junie, fabulous.
Hey, Junie.
Join in if you can.
Yeah, and it definitely can be the loneliest time of year.
Oh, sorry, I'm really having trouble now with keeping up with the side chat and having to still do a little bit of housekeeping.
Tim,
on
you,
other
you do that as
messages.
an adult because it expands your base for potential coitus partners. Double your chances, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mark.
And I just have to do one more linky thing.
Tim, I have to disagree with that. Coitus comes before friendship. Sometimes coitus does not require friendship to come. If you just work at it hard enough, you'll come. Guarantee it. Well, I suppose you can't guarantee it because there are, that Viagra stuff and all.
Sometimes it doesn't quite go the way you want it to.
God, why do I have a bloody nose?
I don't know.
I've gone my entire life without getting bloody noses, and over the last year, I've probably had 24.
Yeah, I've been having a lot this year too. I assume it's just because, well, I would say the air was so dry, but the temperatures we've got rain instead of snow, so it's really not that dry. Yeah, Junie, we love you, and I just can't thank you enough for all the artwork you've done for me, and all the cute avatars you've made for me.
Oh no, Jesus is coming! Ah, hide the beer.
Oh God, do you have any idea what that would be like? That he's coming for the first time in 2,000 years?
What would it be like if Jesus was real and Jesus did come back and Jesus did get drunk off his ass?
Hey.
Would he start to smite people all over the place, or?
Yeah,
Oh.
that's one of my jokes. That, dude, one time I got so wasted, I passed out for 3 days and woke up in a tomb.
Hey, why does Santa have such a big sack? It only comes once a year.
Mhm. Yeah. This group has also provided a lot of therapy for me, and helped me deal with my anxiety. And, quite frankly, I wouldn't have been able to transition without, the support of a lot of people in this group. And
Yeah. Yeah, the coming on to see these live streams helps me with my anxiety as well.
yeah, and a lot of times, like for doing the weekly live streams, a lot of times it's like I'm having anxiety and I don't really feel like doing it, but I always feel better when I have done it.
You already go above and beyond, Junie.
Yeah, Junie, right now you've just got to deal with staying alive through
Yeah,
your
you focus.
situation.
Yeah, you focus on you right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You're doing great.
when your life improves, then you can do things for others.
In fact, well, since you remind me of that, I believe I've got these links someplace here. Yes, I do.
What, for Junies or?
Yes.
I'm back now, guys.
I just
Mitch,
needed a smoke
I
break.
also really like how you've come around. You were still so quiet and withdrawn for such a long time, and you've been able to or feel comfortable to reveal yourself and let us know you better. You're really a nice guy. You really are.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's surprising to find out that some of the Brits are decent people.
if you guys can, you can
Well,
help.
we try.
If you guys can, you can help Junie out with that link. Go over there and you can donate through that. I don't have the Cash App one on hand, but
Yeah, thank you, Mage. Yeah, Junie really needs some help. If anybody can send her a few bucks to just get her through a bad situation.
I can as soon as I get my next retirement check.
Yeah, Sumami, I've always just had a very nurturing side. That's why I wound up raising 9 girls over the course of 4 relationships. They all came as part of the package when I met their mothers. Oh.
Who's the best Ceratops you ever met?
Well, I think I'm the only one who qualifies for that. I mean, Molly doesn't have any noticeable frill.
yeah.
Oh, that's right. I keep confusing
Nope.
Ceratops with octopuses. Those things starts with a C.
Chameleons.
Yeah, those water chameleons.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, well, don't you know that if you just let the chameleon grow large enough, it just becomes a Triceratops, according to some creationists?
Yeah, I've heard that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a certain chameleon that has the 3 horns on his face, and they claim the Triceratops was just one that grew to gigantic
I'm pretty sure.
sizes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's something Kent Hoving's come out with, isn't it?
It might have been Kent Hovind, yeah.
I
It might have been
think
Kent
it
Hovind
was
thing.
for some reason.
Yeah, that sounds right, but I wasn't sure who it was.
It was one of them. I know that much.
One of that ilk, yeah.
Yeah, well, Ceratops was one of the new names that I thought about and rejected. Actually, I should probably make up a list of all the names that I thought about and rejected because I can't remember them all off the fly. But one of the other ones I rejected was anarchist, You were saying something, Jeff?
I was going to say, I was thinking of Hovind. I think I'm a little gutted that Dr. Josh isn't doing those TikToks anymore of Hovind. He only did like 4 or 5 of them. They were so funny. I don't know if you remember seeing them
Oh
a
yeah.
couple of years ago. They were so funny.
Yeah, I'm already on lists. When I lived in New York, I actually had an FBI agent come and knock on my door for suspicious purchases.
What? How many bombs did you order?
No, it's just I was buying pseudoephedrine for my constant sinus infections. And I ordered a bucket of industrial ammonia.
Well, okay, yeah, that's a combination that'll get their attention.
Yeah, so yeah, they had some computer that matched those 2 purchases together, and I had to take them into my shop and show them that I had a contract to build an evaporative refrigerator system. Yeah, Jenny, I really liked a lot of the, all the videos you've done. Around Halloween when you had done those spooky stories and the more serious things you've done.
I did my first TikTok video.
Oh. Okay, you should have brought us the link for that.
No, it's not worth watching. I just wanted to learn the software and how how it works and shit. So it's just a boring page through a bunch of pictures.
Well, Johnny, I don't know if you noticed or not, but the overlay here I put together here with your images has you and a little boat looking out in the corner here.
That's what I was doing before, and I got sidetracked. I was trying to bring up a better image of that.
I can't see what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's why I was trying to bring a larger image of it.
And in the bottom left of the group shot there, Junie's like kind of photo bombing it in the very bottom corner.
Well, that she had made the artwork for that and asked me if there was anything she wanted to change. And that was my one complaint with it, was that she had done so much work for the channel that I didn't think it was fair that she had left herself out.
I just noticed I grew hips and legs on that drawing.
You grew hips and legs? What were you, a mermaid?
No, I was bottomless.
There we go. There's the bigger version of the image.
Of course, that ass is awful damn big.
Nice little detail with putting the little plant thing growing on my head there.
Yeah. Yeah, the little leaf on top of your head.
Yeah.
Yeah, she had a lot of cute little details to it. I'm kind of winking there, and Jenny kind of pulling her hair back.
I actually I have never looked this close at this. You nailed one of my typical arm positions that I have habitually.
Yep.
How did you know that?
Probably from when we met for lunch. The thing I really love about Junie is that she sees me as a lot more beautiful than I am. She sees me like 30 pounds lighter and 30 years younger than I actually am, even though she's seen me in person.
Yeah, shouldn't your bony structures be getting gray by now?
Well, my skin is good. 50 years of avoiding sunlight has paid off for me.
I'm starting to try and learn Adobe Fresca.
I don't even know what that is.
It's an illustrating program. That's all I can tell you for sure.
Yeah.
Um,
I need to spend the time and learn an art program. I'll probably go with GIMP.
some meme producers recommended to me.
Hey,
All right.
Brainless.
Welcome back, Brainless.
Hey, Brainless. Hey, Mark.
Oh, and the other Brainless.
Mark noticed a little cutout in your top
burn.
there. Our Revis got bottoms to the tree. Yeah, Tim Bob, I assume that Mark was referring to the little heart cutout on Junie's avatar, or on Jenny's avatar there.
Yeah, the boob window.
Yep.
Oh, I thought that's what that might be. I wasn't sure.
And
I would never ever wear that. I'm far too conservative for that.
Mage's tail there brushing Judy's back. Oh, yeah, I didn't even notice this was the wrong one. That we had one with Sloth Girl in it.
I think it's real nice that you put Sloth Girl in.
Yep. Yeah, because she's usually in the side chat with her jokes.
Those aren't jokes. It's public torture.
Yeah, jokes. Yes.
I like some bad jokes now and again. Come on.
Yeah. How much did Santa pay for his sleigh and reindeer? Nothing. They were on the house.
Boom.
Oh God! And it spreads. See, that's the worst thing about puns is that you get a master like Sloth Girl around, and all of a sudden everybody else has to pitch in. And
Yeah, everybody's got to start competing for it.
Within a week or two, you've absolutely begun the end of society as we know it, and it's really
Well, I hung around with Kate a lot, so
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I generally did pretty well keeping up with Kate on that when she was in here. She hasn't come into a stream for quite a while now.
I think we established though that Kate's good, but I think Sloth Girl's number one has been.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely, she's the queen.
Sloth Girl's definitely outstanding.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we need to get them both together and have them cheese off or something.
Off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Sloth Girl has made me cry more than any other pun maker.
Yeah, Sloth Girl just feels she doesn't have the energy to get live very often, but once in a while she'll pop in. Well, maybe since the new drug is actually at least slowing down the spread, maybe she'll get more energy a few months from now.
Yeah, hope things work out as far as they can, at least.
Oh yeah, Judy, you didn't hear the update that at the last doctor visit they did X-rays, and the doctor said that the new chemo drug she's on, this was the fourth one. The first three didn't help. But while it's not reversing anything, there were not any new growths. So this one is at least stopping it from growing or spreading. So it's definitely going to buy her some more time. And, in the meantime, they may find something else that's even more effective for it.
If they can find something more effective, I guess that means they can reverse it then.
I don't know whether or not it's possible for them to do anything that would shrink the growths that are already there. But, they did say it's an incurable cancer and it's a very rare thing.
Well, I'd still hold out at least some small hope. I mean, new advancements and whatnot. You never know.
we can always hope, can't you? That something will happen, you know.
Yeah, well, and the AI might be able to do something of, link a couple of studies together that they hadn't really put together before or something.
Nobody won Powerball last night, so it goes up even more.
Yeah, if AI makes us immortal, I hope I'm the last person to die before the treatment. We've often discussed that immortality could be a curse.
I'm okay with immortality.
As long
Even
as
if
I
it's
could have the physicality of a 20, 30-year-old.
Yeah,
even if it's boring.
yeah, well, that's the boring part is mostly what I worry about. That I think that I wouldn't really want to be immortal, but maybe living a few centuries. But
And
then
I
again,
refuse to learn how to use a sword.
I realized that if I knew I was going to live 300 years, I would probably just procrastinate and not accomplish anything more anyway.
See, not being able to use a sword, it could be a problem for if you're going to be immortal.
There can be only one. That's the problem.
Ooh, big blizzard coming. South Dakota, Nebraska. That's going to stop at Iowa.
It's not fair. I like snow, especially when I'm renting and I don't have to shovel it. It's one of the few advantages of renting, and they're taking it away from me this year.
Thank you, climate change.
Yeah, but I have doctor appointments I got to get to.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
That is the one problem. Heavy snowstorms are very nasty to drive in.
And I didn't get to go to the food bank this week for the Christmas dinner.
Oh.
So I had bologna instead.
Sorry, I had to miss that.
Maybe I'll have some left over and I'll get one this week.
Yeah, Mark, I already kind of feel like that, but I'm like 30 years behind on, the learning curve for the internet and other such technologies. Maybe
Tsunami, I felt that way too, and here I am, freaking 70. You'll do fine, especially with those looks.
I know I can learn it. I need to discipline myself to sit down and figure out the software. It's just for me, it's a slow learning curve. Oh. Yeah, Regios, I haven't seen that, so I don't know which shows you're referring to. Okay, are we going to build the ark for all the people in Florida? We've got a couple dozen people in our community in Florida that we need to save.
No, the smart people I know will be smart enough to leave before it's too late, and the rest of them, flush them. Just flush them. Who cares?
Well, no, but I know several of them who would leave if they could, but just, finances. It takes money to move.
Couldn't leave.
And to try and relocate.
Yeah, besides that, I have my entire support network with my family here.
Yep. That's also come up with several of them.
There's only one thing wrong with Florida, in all honesty. It's full of Floridians. That's all it is.
And no, we're not going to build an ark for Florida. We're going to build a seawall and make Atlantis pay for it.
Oh, God, I would love a big fucking heavy restaurant breakfast today.
Hey, barman! I've seen the barman about for a long time.
Hey, barman, nice to see you again, honey.
Falling asleep there, huh?
Yeah, it's getting there. We got 45 minutes to
Yep.
go here.
Yep.
Oh yeah, there's barman. Ah, yeah,
hope that if
barman. We
there's
haven't seen. Huh?
any world members who have needed the service and are here lurking right now, that you do have a good couple days till the weekend, and then you have another weekend off, and enjoy your life. Know that you're loved and that you're welcome back here anytime. But there is a $2 fee. I'll give you my PayPal, okay? $31, Mark.
I'm
Well,
sorry, Andrew. I'm not sure what I missed. A link from what? Yeah, barman. You must be worn out. Did you get a lot of people coming through? That's the thing when you're in the service industry, you don't get to take the holidays off.
Do you have like Christmas pizza, or you have I don't know if I should say that. That's pretty gross.
Well, I had asked barman if he could run a stream during the marathon, and yeah, of course, he said with his pub he was working through the whole thing. It's tough to be a small business owner. Oh, get back.
Oh. I love my new slippers. They're so warm and so comfy.
Oh, you got something good for Christmas?
No, I bought them for myself. They were $15, and my other ones fell apart into pieces.
Yeah.
So I had to get some.
Christmas gifts to yourself are acceptable.
No, they're completely utilitarian. They're not Christmas gift at all.
Just call it a Christmas gift and get the warm and fuzzies.
Did you see the beautiful bracelet that Amber got for
No,
Christmas? Wow.
No, I didn't.
It's lovely. It's in the DMs. It's so pretty. I'm jealous.
oh, no, Mark, I missed that. Like I said, I'm having trouble keeping up. Junie, I already sent you a link on Twitter. We would love to have you come in here and let us know how you're doing.
Oh boy, that sounds so good. Salmon. Beetroot. Well, what is beetroot?
Beetroot?
Beetroot.
Is that like what we call beets?
I think so. I don't know what you call that out there.
Yeah, beetroot seems redundant because the root is the only part of the plant you would eat.
No,
Well,
you can eat the greens of beets.
Yeah, I was just gonna say the greens can be eaten. I guess it's just the referring
That's
to
true.
the bulb, but
Yeah, I can't think what else they would mean.
I love beets. Num num num.
Okay,
I had a
I'm
friend.
sure.
Oh God, this was long before I moved out of Milwaukee. I had a friend, dear Rosanna DeVoe. Oh God, we've known each other since '74, something like that. And I was at her house one weekend, and she was going to start to put together dinner, and she's thinking out loud, "Oh, what should I make for dinner?" She said, "But I don't know what to have for a side dish." And I said, "Well, why don't you get some beets?" It was that time of year. And she said, "No, I've never had those." What? How can you reach 40-some years old and never have had beets?
I'm not a fan of beets myself, and I tried feeding them to my birds because it's actually really healthy for birds to have beets, and they didn't like it either.
Well, I think they're great.
Wait a minute. Something's going weird on me here. Oh, there we are. If I can figure out where the right buttons are.
I don't know. Maybe I just haven't had the right variety of beat, or prepared correctly or something.
Yeah,
Well,
Mark said he's
smaller is
talking
better.
about
They can
pickled
get
beets.
huge. They can get huge, but they're much, much better when you do them smaller.
Well, yeah, when they're smaller, they have more of the sugars in them. As they grow, they burn up the sugars.
We
Yeah,
also get
makes
woody.
sense. So yeah, maybe I just haven't had the right, way of doing it, or the right, variety for my particular taste.
I have heard of people putting them on burgers. I've never tried that. Honestly, I'm not big on the beets. I've had them occasionally, but
I'm dying for some fresh Brussels sprouts.
It's like okra. If it's not prepared right, it can really be off-putting.
well, maybe I need to get used to them just because it would give me one more thing that would be purple, according to Sumami.
If you ever go to the store and you can find the brand Aunt Nellie's Harvard-style beets, grab them. They're very, very, very good. Harvard style means that they've been chopped up, into quarters and slices and just random cutting, and then it's prepared with a thickened beet juice. It's like eating candy. They're so sweet. They're so wonderful.
Yeah. Mark is saying the downside is they stain everything. That's I love pomegranates, but they have the same problem. They stain all my nightgowns and blankets.
Pomegranates are just too much trouble to eat.
I like pomegranates, but they're really more if they're really better juiced.
No, I just like them like they are, and I guess there's kind of a technique to them. That I've gotten used to doing them and can do them fairly quick.
Well, aren't they like 99% solid something or other?
No, they're like a bunch of little seeds.
Yeah, they're a bunch of little seeds in little juicy packets.
Little seeds are like a 1/4 inch in diameter.
Well, no, that's not the seed. That's the locule, which is the little packet of juice that comes with the seed.
Yeah, the seed is inside, and it's a little tiny seed.
Yep.
Well, that's what I mean. The ratio between seed and juice is just unacceptable. It's just too much trouble.
No. If you're having that problem, they may have been sitting too long and started to dry out. If you get them when they're fresh, there's a much better ratio there.
Never had one that was dried out. That's interesting. Maybe it's because I live in a more tropical area.
Yeah, you could probably get fresher ones where you are. I've noticed that when I buy them, depending on the time of the year, but a lot of them, they are seasonal. I still only see them like October through December.
Yeah, they're seasonal here too, even.
Yeah. But I didn't know if they were growing them in Florida or not. A lot of them I get say they're from Chile.
If you ever want a real treat with Brussels sprouts, clean them up, peel the first couple leaves off of them like you would a cabbage or something like that, and cut them up real fine and toss them in your salad. They're very, very good. Or you can then toss them into a vegetable soup or a lentil soup that you're making. And because they're chopped up so fine, they're not gross like people usually complain about Brussels sprouts. They're just very flavorful, something like that.
Yeah, they had some Brussels sprouts. It's on Thanksgiving. It was they were basically like I think they were like steamed and just had a little bit of seasoned butter on them, but they were pretty good.
Steamed is good. A new way I've gotten used to making them is actually just baking them in the oven.
Yep.
Yeah, that works. Yeah.
Yeah,
we used to do
just
them on
give
the
them
grill.
a little seasoning. Sorry, Jenny, what?
We used to do them on the grill.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. I've had that before.
I could see putting them on shish kebab on the grill.
My. Taylor's boyfriend got really mad at the game and he threw his helmet down. They caught it on camera. That's it for them.
Well,
He's
an
about to
athlete
become a
got
song.
an athlete got frustrated because things weren't going there well. He stopped the press.
Actually, Jester, I had come up with the idea. I was trying to organize it with a couple other people in our community to start a cooking channel. I'm not good with turning out regular content. So my idea was to get 4 people together to each make 1 video a month so that we'd, be doing weekly output, but that no one person would have to produce more than 1 video a month because it was a bunch of people who I know don't have a lot of time. But we could rotate and actually my specialty is just how to live pretty cheaply because I've been broke pretty much my whole life. So I've learned to turn out, good meals on whatever you can get cheap at the time.
I might run out of ideas if it was to do a cooking channel kind of thing. But...
Well, again, that's why I thought, just doing 1 video a month instead of trying to do weekly content on your own.
That's actually kind of not a bad idea. You could maybe
Yeah.
even have more than 4 people and spread it out even further.
Well, Mage, I'd love to have you on there and, just have you demonstrate how you cook the stuff you harvest from your garden there.
I'd love to help out, but I don't think anyone really wants or needs any instructions on how to use a microwave or an air fryer.
Hot dog on a fork.
Some years ago I would have agreed with that, but I have now seen how woefully unprepared some young people are when they leave home. And I actually had, they've got like all the dummies books and idiots books, and I had actually thought of the idea of putting out a cookbook called Meals for Morons that shows you to do really basic things like how to boil eggs. And it occurred to me that there's probably a good market there, especially with college students who are on their own for the first time.
Let's see here. I got my garlic bread pizza. Quiche.
Yeah, Mark, Diana had a lot of problems just with her own health and that and putting out regular content. So, but cooking channels like anything else, it's hard to get an audience.
Barman, what is a pot noodle? So you make it out. You make your noodles fresh out of herb.
That's one of those
Jeff
things
can tell you about it.
It's literally just one of those things where you buy this thing in a package. It's like in a cup, like this, like dried noodles or whatever. And you add hot water to it, pretty much, and then you've got like a ready meal. That's pretty much what it is.
That kind of like noodles.
Kind of like
same idea, same thing.
And
I buy a dozen of those a week.
Yeah, we've got a tapioca weasel. I'm not sure exactly what that is, but it also looks boopable.
Well, there's a picture of my little doggy, my child.
Yeah. Oh, you just I could see Molly running up to that thing.
Yep. Like I said, it looks very boopable.
She's actually 14.
Oh, you've had her a long time, huh?
Mm-hmm.
My dinner will be frozen falafels cooked in the air fryer. Yeah, I don't have an air fryer.
A short video could be on how to prepare your Pillsbury toaster strudels.
Hmm. Well,
Maybe.
seriously, Mage, for you, it's just a lot of people these days are so used to prepackaged things they don't know how to deal with fresh vegetables.
No, believe it or not, there actually is a little bit of a trick to getting those toaster strudels right.
Mm.
I could do simple dishes like I got killer tuna casserole that I make, and
Yeah.
killer spaghetti and killer lasagna.
Yeah, that would be excellent, Like I say, that's mostly what I would focus on is things that are cheap and simple.
Oh,
And then I could do things about improving store bought prepared food that's really so awful unless you do improve it. Like
Yep, that too. There's
hey!
Junie
Hey everyone.
in a festive red dress.
Yeah, I haven't been able to use this one for a while, so I figured I'd pick it.
We're so glad that you could join us, I've known about the situation you're in and have gotten really worried about you when it goes several weeks that I don't hear anything.
I know, and I feel so bad. Like,
Well, I don't want to make you feel bad because I've been homeless myself, so I understand what that's like. And yeah, I did the same thing. I really shut off from everybody because I didn't want people to think that I was just asking for help all the time. So I pretty much stopped talking to everybody for the couple months when I was there.
See, that's the reason why you have me around. I can just ask up for everyone else.
I feel like that's part of being a human and like part of being a community is we help each other out. I don't think anybody should ever feel, embarrassed to ask for help.
Yeah, well,
We
and
all need help.
that's what this marathon is all about, just to have a community so nobody feels alone.
I'll be right back.
Well, Mark Say made a donation for you.
But
Thanks, Mark.
Like I was sort of saying earlier, though, perhaps I think one of the great things about what you do here is that I think everyone gets to meet sort of people from different parts of the community that we don't normally interact with as well, which is what's so great about this. Because we've all got our own little circles within our circles, kind of thing, haven't we? It's actually really good to actually get to speak, even if it's people I'm sort of aware of or whatever, but haven't really had the chance to talk to. Like I've got a chance to talk to Ozian yesterday for the first time. I've been sort of aware of Ozian for a while, but
that was my first time meeting him as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, it's the Venn diagram thing that I'm, part of a couple of just slightly overlapping communities. So,
yeah,
it's good to make people in other circles aware of these creators.
Yeah, I'm not usually one to ask for help. Because I'm always doing something for somebody you can do or in life. I miss doing a lot of content stuff for my channel. I had plans for the relay for a bit now. I just never pulled through, and I realized that the time came already. I was like, oh shoot, it's Christmas time, and there was just no way.
It kind of snuck up on me too, and I wound up doing all the scheduling, just in the last 2 weeks when I always mean to start it earlier, and I always lose track of the time.
It's a bit like doing Christmas shopping in that regard, isn't it? You always so I'm going to organise it early, but you always end up doing it last minute.
I can sometimes pull it off early.
I try to stay away from doing like shopping last minute because
I just feel bad for the workers. I've done retail a bit, and sometimes it was just nice to have like that moment of silence. And I've seen workers kind of get mad, at the same time, and I understand.
When it's Christmas, it's you're like hectic, busy time of the year. It doesn't matter what sector you're in. I mean, I haven't worked in retail, but I've worked in the other. I work in the other big sort of sector that gets bombarded this time of year, which is
delivering all the packages.
Delivery, yes. And I can tell you now, it doesn't. This time of year doesn't always bring out the best in like work colleagues as one another, but except strangely enough, last year we were all pretty united, but then it might have had something to do with the fact we were on strike. So
my mom worked at like the post office for years, and I did retail for a while, like when I had first graduated high school. Yeah, those are like it gets crazy. Like people in other job areas, like it's crazy the way that retail and like delivery and mail like gets during. It's not even just Christmas. It's like from like the end of like Thanksgiving through like New Year's. It's wild.
yeah, it'll continue because they decide that, like, I mean, I presume post Christmas sales or January sales are a thing in the United States as well, but they do that. They do that every year here. So, like, for most of January, we'll be busy still. And the thing is, we've gotten, and this is not this is not a knock on retail workers because they still are working their ass off this time of year. But I think where a lot of high street retail is lost out to like people mail ordering stuff off like the Amazons of this world and whoever. It's definitely, I think we've definitely noticed how much harder our jobs have become over the last sort of 10 years or so.
With more people buying online and making returns easier. This is a made from the cartoon that really exemplifies me. Procrastination is one of the few skills I've mastered. Don't knock it. Oh. I have my kitty curled up on my leg because he said I should have gone to bed already. And he's right.
I'll procrastinate later.
Yeah, it's hard to get around to it.
One of the things I've heard, hear from people, especially in the conservative circle, is that, well, people have become so, soft or like, I don't know, demanding, especially in the work.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then, like for me, it's like it's okay to be a little demanding in work, especially if you're the one helping make these people who make a lot of money more money.
I feel like workers have always been demanding, whether it's like the 1300s, people going through a peasant revolt, workers are always demanding. Like people want better pay. People want better conditions. That's just like human nature. And this whole bullshit that conservatives want to pull with like, oh, younger generations are just soft. It's like, no, dude. Like
every generation in history has said that, and I think the big thing, the kind of catalyst here was with the pandemic, that when the, retail workers and these people got called essential workers, they started to think about, well, if we're essential for society running, why do we have to put up with so much shit?
Exactly.
And it's a valid point. Oh, Junie dropped out. I hope she comes back, but I know she was, just working it from her phone.
Well, I know it's interesting. You brought up like the peasants' revolt and so on. It seems to be always very interesting. You have like this uptake in like class struggle after a big pandemic. It's really history
Mhm.
seems to repeat itself. Because obviously with the Black Death wiping out like half the population in certainly England, suddenly I think the people who had working skills suddenly found they could start demanding a little bit more for their services, and of course the sort of feudal lords wanted to try and put that genie back in the bottle as soon as possible, and
Yeah.
just kind of what led to the peasants' revolt.
Well,
Mhm.
it kind of happened on both ends, because while the people on the bottom were suffering the most, during the pandemic, more wealth accumulated up on the top level. So people started to notice the imbalance more than ever.
Yeah.
There is a bigger imbalance more than ever.
Yep. Yeah, and we're sharing a lot of that. I'm glad that it's getting some press that, corporations have used the crisis as an excuse for raising all the prices. And it's not that, they blame it on like operating cost and supply lines, but the people who are doing that kind of actual stuff, of taking care of getting the product to the stores, and the people who are unpacking it and putting it on the displays, aren't getting any more for it. And the extra money, again, is just going into the pockets of the shareholders, not
Yes,
to any of the people who are actually responsible for getting it done.
it's been
Price
coined
gouging.
as greedflation.
Yep.
Biden
Mage,
fault.
I said four pictures to Mid America chats. Could you post them?
Oh,
They're just something distracting to look at. That's
Yep.
all. Nothing momentous.
yeah, like Made said that they've called it greedflation now, and it's like, at any other time this has happened, wouldn't it just be called price gouging,
Yes,
which
and
we
it's
have
being called
federal
that
laws
too.
against them doing?
Apparently, no.
Well, apparently the federal laws only apply to smaller businesses and not to major corporations.
Correct. Oh, who was it? Where did I see that? I think it was from Robert Reich, who was discussing Social Security. Was it Social Security?
Yeah.
Oh fuck. Oh no. Actually, it was the whole budget. The discussion was, and he basically made the point that if we take all the top 1%, who seems to own 75% of the world,
Mm-hmm.
and we charge them 1% income tax on their billions,
Yeah.
they would still walk away with billions. And we would balance the American budget completely.
Yep.
100%.
Yeah.
And it's like, how can you mega idiots not want to put a 1% tax on these rich fucks? What is it about them that you think they're so special?
Yeah.
It's
I
We
think the
just have
most
to
problem is
cancel
that they
some of the
get funded
corporate.
by them.
Why, they worked hard for that money.
We just have to cancel some of the corporate tax breaks, and we could easily balance the budget.
oh my.
But of course, this is, costing money to the people who pay for the political campaigns.
Tsunami, this is the first time I've seen your picture like that. My oh my oh my.
Oh yeah, she's got some hot ones.
I'm definitely going to say, look, yeah, I think, look, the mega rich, everything they have accomplished has been through hard work. There's no arguing that. Just doesn't necessarily mean it was their hard work.
Yeah,
Listen, I need to get a clicker to do some training.
I just thought it was cute and humorous.
yeah, cute little puppy girl thing.
Mm-hmm.
The other one I really love, I should have dug that out, but it's deep, buried deep
one?
in the rabbit hole. There's this bumper sticker that went around, and there was these two silhouettes. One of the silhouettes was obviously a guy who was military and he's got his gun and his helmet, and all this kind of stuff. And the other one is an anime, a silhouette of an anime girl with short skirt, kind of puffy, with some petticoats and rabbit ears, and she's kind of dancing. So one leg's up a little, bent at the knee a little bit, and just having fun, And let's see, God, what's the caption on it now? It was a comparison. This is my son, and this is yours. It was
Yep.
it was so funny.
So let's see, we got this one is Forbes. It's the weakest man on earth. How Elon Musk became the cringiest man baby in the world and lost Tesla more than 50% of its value, and because he's a thin-skinned troll with no friends.
Yep.
Little wordy, but okay.
Elon Musk has set records for losing money faster than anyone in history.
Well, he wanted to meet the scale of his brain cell loss.
Jesus Christ has destroyed our nation deliberately. I'd have to say it's more of his followers.
Yeah. My favorite prayer is, Jesus, protect me from your ardent followers.
Then again, some of them I'm actually questioning whether some of these evangelicals could even classify as Christian anymore. And I know, kind of skirting the whole no true Scotsman thing, but when they have the preacher going up there, they're quoting Jesus from the Bible, and them coming up and says, "What's with that woke shit? That doesn't apply anymore."
Yeah,
I remember that. Oh my gosh.
Well, and
That sounds like Greg Locke. That really sounds like Greg Locke. Something he'd say.
Jester saying, I remember way back when Bernie last ran, and his plan for all his programs was to fund the IRS, so the IRS could get what the rich already owed in taxes. And yeah, that was a good, solid plan. One of the problems with the IRS is they know going after the big guys, they're going to get hit with all sorts of lawyers and get bogged down. So the employees who are, usually evaluated on how many successful collections they do, it's much easier for them to go after the small ones, and it makes them look better on their job performance.
Oh, that's just a burn.
Oh, the warm weather's going to stop. Oh, it's going to be in the 30s by next weekend.
Oh, we're going to drop down to the freezing mark?
No, just above. They're predicting rain.
Yeah, I had heard that Rudy
great?
Giuliani was about to declare bankruptcy.
He already did.
Oh.
And this is just a wonderful stick it in the ribs of Rudy Giuliani, you little prick.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Well, and this should be a lesson to all the other lawyers. Yeah, any lawyer who has worked for Trump has not had a good outcome. Several of them have been disbarred and brought up on charges themselves. Trump, they know in advance that Trump doesn't pay his bills.
Isn't there one more? I thought I said four.
That was all four.
That was four.
Oh, I missed one. Duh.
Self-crashing cars, yes. Tesla has had to recall about 1 million cars. Because it was ruled all their talk about self-driving and fully automatic was false advertising.
They have also found that Tesla has been fudging statistics internally.
Yep.
And classing things so that they don't have to actually report some of the far more of the self-driving accidents and deaths and things that are out there, but they just get to lie about it.
They could also have to pay I think it's like $3,000 extra for the autopilot option in the Tesla. It's like $3,000 to $4,000.
Yeah, something like that.
For a piece of software that doesn't work. Wow.
Yeah.
That's more disgusting than the cost of Windows.
Yeah, really.
Well, this is the problem, that because of Starlink, the government is resistant to go after him because, everybody now depends on Starlink. It's the one thing that's been successful. He's put more satellites up than anyone else.
Well, there are also discussions about him in that Starlink that there's no way that one person should have this much control over this many people's communication
Right.
needs and abilities.
Well,
They're thinking of nationalizing it.
Yeah.
there's the same argument for social media in general.
Yep.
Yeah, but
Okay.
it's way different. Social media just is dealing with people's personal input to the internet and stuff. Starlink is whether or not the world is going to be crippled and not be able to use the internet at all.
Yep.
So it's a big difference.
Yeah, I think when it comes to something like, I think something like Starlink now ought to be viewed as a utility,
It's
I don't think
frightening.
you can make that case for social media.
Yeah, it's frightening that we rely on the internet, we rely on our cell phones, and that one person theoretically has the ability to shut that all down immediately. I mean, you can see where this could lead to scenarios of, terrorist threats.
Well, he already used it for nefarious purposes. Are you familiar with what he dicked around with in Ukraine?
Yeah, that was horrible.
I mean, everybody was so excited that he's donating all this so that Ukraine could have some, ability to communicate and stuff, and then he takes it away when they needed it most. Fucking prick. And I wouldn't put it past him that he doesn't have enough back doors in that system that he can go and tap into whatever anybody's doing.
Oh, I'm sure.
Time.
Yeah, Mark, I'm not sure what you mean by steering assist in your car. Can somebody clarify that for me?
I'm guessing
Steering
it's
assist?
like aim assist in a video game, except in a car.
So you don't drift off your lane and into somebody else's or cross the center line. Those kinds of things.
Oh
So you don't run into the back end of something that's parked. Fortunately, none of those things actually work, but
sorry, Julie, I didn't see that you had dropped out again.
Yeah, I saw they showed one video where the guy put their dog in the car and set the thing on and steering assist and drove alongside the car. They're like, "Oh, there's no driver in this car."
Yeah,
it was a dumb video if you really think about what they were doing.
Well, and there was that fad about people, getting their car going and jumping out and dancing next to the vehicle. Yeah, it's like, why do people not realize how dangerous it is, to leave a 2-ton machine just running on its own?
Yeah, even going at low speed can cause some damage.
Well, and there's a whole mess of fail videos of, the car crashing into houses or somebody slipping on something in the street and the car rolling over their own leg.
Jester, that's even a better idea. Governance over UN.
Yeah, well, that's with Starlink, it would have to be independent of any one nation.
Yeah, absolutely.
9 minutes.
Yep. We've almost made it.
Sorry, I guess my internet connection's really bad, so let me know if I'm either going back to the past.
Junie, your voice has gotten better and better.
Yep.
I am so impressed.
Oh, when I got COVID 2 months ago, I got worried because I had hoarse voice for a bit, and I was so sad. I had to start all over with the training and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had COVID last month, and lucky that I'm good at hitting my mute switch because I still got a horribly hacking cough.
It's so
So I
strange because like I besides the cough, like, 'cause I'm already used to having like upper respiratory infections all the time too.
mhm.
Um, I think what got to me more than anything was like the loss of smell. Like
Yeah.
Interesting.
just the small things that everybody takes, granted for being taken away from you from like a micro, I guess you can call it a microorganism, but something so small is just incredible, really. Um, but yeah, for like 3 weeks straight, I couldn't smell. I'm just glad that I finally got at least
Mm.
90, maybe 80% of it back.
Yeah, I never
Um,
ran into that, but I've heard from other people about losing the sense of smell and taste and wondering if it was going to come back.
yeah, I don't know if any of my like whether you Jenny or you Purple, if you take spironolactone, but I was off like my HRT for a bit, and like as soon as I started taking it back, um my respiratory actually became a lot more better, and I found out that like apparently, spironolactone, I can't even say it, but basically the anti-androgens in it like helps with the
Mhm.
inflammation, I guess. And they were also saying that it's the reason why my blood, not blood, my oh, what's it called, high blood pressure, there you go, went down.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, I had been on the Spiro for a while before, but they switched me to the progesterone and bicalcimate, so canceled the Spiro. Sorry, had another
That's
private message I've got to reply to here.
I just want to say about like the voice thing. It's I'm a cis woman, but I was always very like had a lot of anxiety about like my voice because it's kind of I feel like it doesn't come through as deep as it does in person when I'm like talking on the internet or whatever, because when I hear my voice played back on a video, it doesn't sound the same way that it does in person. And like in
well,
person, I
it
feel
never
like,
it never does because you don't hear the same.
yeah.
We hear your voice broadcast through the air. You hear your voice broadcast through solids.
Hmm. Yeah, we were discussing that a bit earlier, that when you speak, it vibrates the bones in your skull.
You have a lovely voice. I'll trade you.
I think the other thing I hate about mine listening back is I realise what a blooming like carrot crunching country boy I sound like every time I listen to it back.
I like what I like when I first started dancing, there was one girl at work that she was very like, I mean, I'm pretty like feminine and like girly and whatever, but I feel like I was way less feminine when I first started dancing like years ago when I was like 19. And there was like one girl at work that was like kind of physically similar to me, but she banked. This girl made so much fucking it was incredible how much money this girl would make. And I would watch her like the first couple weeks that I started working, and I noticed that she would speak in this very like high pitched kind of like almost baby talking kind of voice to guys at work. And like so I started to kind of try to like replicate the way that she talked and her voice, and everything changed after that. Like,
Yeah, I should get in the habit of doing the voice changing exercises, but I've had so many other things going on, I just don't have the spoons to do it.
I'm not going to let you get away with that. It is so easy to do. You can sit there when you're in the tub and do it. You can sit there when you're on the toilet and do it. You can sit there when you're eating your cereal in the morning and do it. When you're driving, do it. You
Yeah.
can practice it anytime, anywhere.
Make
Well,
sure
look,
you hydrate while you're at it too.
Yes.
I've been trying to practice the voice, especially in the car when I'm driving.
Chester said, "Ew, not the baby voice." I don't mean like a baby voice, but I mean just a more like feminine way of talking. Like that's
Well, the classes that are out very popular for trans women trying to work on their voice. There's no reason you can't go to those too. I mean, they're general voice lessons, not just for trans.
Oh,
Well,
I
I-
mean, I've got it down now. I talk way different when I'm in like that mode. When I'm sex worker mode, I talk way different than when I actually had to break myself of the habit of talking to like normal people, to friends, is in like that voice.
Mhm.
It was weird.
That must get awkward if you do it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Purple. The other thing I want to encourage you is that just as you've told people here, you are in a safe space here.
Yeah.
You should feel better or safe trying out your voice here
Well,
and using this as one of your learning experiences.
This is something that I'm still getting used to. Is the last couple of years is the first time in my life that I've felt I've had a good community, but also that felt that I've had an actual safe place to live. That I wasn't under some kind of threat, either from people I lived with, or threats from landlords or things. That this is a place that I think is actually stable for me, and should continue to be stable for me, for as far as I can see into the future. And it's difficult for me to get used to the idea that I'm safe. That's like, I've always been, doing crisis management all my life. So the idea that I'm safe and I've actually started to have some extra resources to begin to plan things ahead is just all a new way of thinking that I need to get used to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, one thing I've noticed, like especially when I'm
Woohoo!
talking
We made it.
to people, yeah, I think it's 5 o'clock already.
Thank you, Esther.
Is that like we get to our comfortable range when we're around people that we're used to using our comfortable range already.
Tsunami, I have a crush. I'm sorry. I apologize.
I think it's the first time I've I guess meeting Tsunami.
Yeah, I had a lot of trouble connecting like on StreamYard before, because whenever I would try to connect on my iPhone, I could like my audio would come through fine, but I couldn't hear like the chat, even if I would like jack my volume all the way up. And like now that they have the app, like I can actually hear and stuff now.
Yeah, Antura made a good comment here that it's part of the infantilization of women by the patriarchy. That men want a woman who, seems sweet and innocent and naive, and that's someone they can control. So, that's why the little girl voice is more appealing to a lot of men.
It's probably other reasons than that.
Yeah, no, I thought that was a good observation, and I think it is generally true.
I think there's some truth to that. Yeah, I mean, and I think sometimes you could find that attractive without it even realizing that that's really what you're doing as well.
Yep. Okay.
Happy Boxing Day, Nerdy.
Happy Boxing Day. Well, it's Boxing Day, so we need to all switch places with our employer, right?
Yeah, allegedly.
Fuck. This sucks when you're self-employed.
Yeah.
Now I've got to switch places, and I've got to be the boss under the other guy.
Switch
I'm
places.
that.
How's that?
Well,
actually,
you do
having Junie down here, so she was, it really framed up nicely the way her avatar is like just above her artwork.
Well, I can guarantee you that the rich and the sort of very rich aristocracy types will be out breaking the law today. I can guarantee you.
Yep.
What laws will they break?
The ban on hunting foxes with dogs,
Oh, damn.
which is an upper class. Yeah, there's an upper class. It was an upper. It's always been like that big upper class thing, fox hunting
Yeah.
in Britain. And I'll
That
say
is-
this: probably the one good thing Tony Blair ever did as a blooming our prime minister was get that ban on that through. Unfortunately, this ban is never bloody enforced on these people. They've been out there breaking the law every
Yeah.
Boxing Day ever since.
Unfortunately, yeah, the laws often are not applied to the rich people. And obviously, you've got to be rich to afford keeping a horse.
And a blooming pack of dogs.
Yep.
Well, over there, everybody in Florida has a horse.
No.
I think your fox hunts are one of the most disgusting activities
Oh,
humans
they're
can be involved
fucking
in.
barbaric. They're
Yeah.
fucking barbaric.
And foxes are so beautiful. Like,
Yes, they are.
Yep.
They're cute little floops.
I would so love to have a fox for a pet.
And
Yep.
they have developed domesticated foxes.
Yeah, they're working on it. In
Yeah,
Russia
Mark
and
was
England.
asking.
We got a lot of urban foxes now, so
Yep. Mark is asking, if one of the big things is not feeling expectations made on me by the group, and yeah, that is part of it, and it's like, this being the biggest thing of organizing the weekly Christmas stream, and yeah, that's it's part of what I'm adjusting to is that the people in this community will actually understand when I don't meet their expectations. And that is also something that I'm used to people carrying grudges for a really long time and remaining mad for months if I don't, meet up to what they expect me to do.
I never live up to expectations, so everybody should expect me to fail.
Yep. Okay, Judy. I hope you are safe and that you had a good day.
Did she draw the art that's at the bottom of the screen?
Yes, Junie
Really
did most
fucking
of the
cute.
artwork for my channel. She did all my avatars.
I was gonna ask because
Well, not quite all of them, but most of them.
She'll be glad to do some for you.
Yep, that's Junie's art on the bottom. I just kind of resized it and turned it into a layout.
Yep. Well, and like this avatar I'm using now is actually one she made me for the Christmas stream last year. That I just clipped this out of a full panel that just has me sitting there with a fireplace and a Christmas tree. I love the way she draws me.
Back when I had big stripper bucks, I used to spend a lot on artwork, but I need to get my ass back into the club.
Yeah, well, I keep saying that Junie's got a really bad business model because she's one of the supporters of my channel here on Patreon, and she does my artwork. So effectively, she is paying me to work for me. That's just not a sustainable business model.
Nerdy, we don't expect anything from you other than funny comments in the live chats.
Although, if you want to send pictures of boopable foxes, that would be welcome. Oh, well, okay, we made it through. Yep, it is now Boxing Day across the international date line. I just want to appreciate, everyone who has been with us through this. Of course, the people who volunteered to host streams, but also the people who have just been here in the side chats to add their bits of wisdom and humor and just keep things moving.
Always a pleasure to help, Perp. You know that.
Yeah, Mark, Junie's not even getting decent exposure from me because I'm such a small channel. Oh, although I am now a slightly bigger channel than I had been.
It's making it.
I think you and I are like weirdly mirroring one another, Perps. Like I find, because we were both around like 560 for like subscribers for like ages, and I got a massive bump and pulled out in front of you. But you're pretty much caught up with me now again. So it's in the last sort of few weeks. So
well,
so we're sort of weirdly mirroring one another.
Yeah, I was stuck around 560 for 3 years, and it's like every time I would get up to 570, suddenly YouTube would take 5 or 10 away and knock me down again.
Yeah, that's because YouTube are like that, because YouTube are arseholes. Anytime you hit a little milestone, they've just got to take something away from you.
Yeah, but yesterday during the live streams, people rallied and got me up to 600. So now I'm at 605. I finally broke the 600 mark after all these years.
I think I'm around 610 at the moment. So like I said, we always seem to be within 5 or 10 subscribers of one another, which I think is pretty cool.
Yep. Well, yeah, I mean, I make jokes that it's funny how many people that I have, done my little bit to help promote that have just blown past me. How many channels that I became aware of when, they were less than 100 subscribers, and now they're up into the thousands.
Yeah.
I think most of my subscribers are horny people. I don't know why they subscribe to me, but
Possibly.
Yeah, I need to do better about just promoting Junie's links, just making more people aware of them. Yeah, Nerdy, at the rate I'm going, the 666 will probably take another 3 years.
Yeah,
But I am really hyped to have gotten up to the 600 mark.
See, I do what I did with One Ring and have a little friendly race with you towards like the next goal. But I've got a feeling if it comes down to a popularity contest, you are going to whack me, and that everyone will subscribe. Which I hope they do, actually. But people should subscribe to you.
Well, and I can't count how many times I've just been amazed because I've been, watching somebody else's stream, and somebody mentions me, and it's like almost everybody on the panel says, "Oh yeah, I know them." It's like I didn't think that many people were even aware I exist. I do have to also give credit for part of my subscriber boost before the fan here. That part of that came from Ember, had done his things on his videos for a while of doing 5 channels you should be watching, and he promoted me in one of those.
Awesome. Yeah. I think you're far more. You're far more regular when you're streaming in that than I am, because, like I said, a lot of the time I'm reacting to something, usually something dumb I've seen. But I've almost got so overwhelmed with like the bad atheist memes that I get, I get sick of calling them out some of the times. Just I don't like our side looking bad. That's, I guess, is what that,
I have a new title. I have a new title for Mage's garden show. I think you should try. Let's see. God, it was just there for a moment.
Well, it's not a gardening show that I'm working on. It's going to be like more pop culture.
Well,
Oh,
you're still going to be doing your gardening channel
Oh
too.
yeah, I'm still going to be doing the gardening channel.
well, I think you should name it Sage Advice, comma, and maybe Parsley too.
I like that. Yeah, Mark, I was just about to mention this because
Sage with Mage.
I was going to mention this because of Jeff's comment about me putting out more regular content. A lot of credit goes to Mage and Jenny for backing me up. All the times that either I've had appointments or I've had to take Soft Girl to appointments, and I mean, like there was one day, a bit over a month ago, that I just couldn't deal with the world. I just wanted to sit in the dark and be left alone, and I couldn't even manage to get on Twitter just to leave people a note. So I just didn't show up from my own stream, and Mage started it up, and Mage and Jenny carried the day for me.
Yeah.
So, that's part of being regular on YouTube for anyone, is that you've got to have a bit of a crew. Nobody does it as a one-man show.
Yeah. I'm very much I'm very much a solo operation, but I only do if I get some growth on YouTube, I'm happy. But
Yeah.
I'm doing this as a hobby. I'm not expecting to become. I was never expecting to become some major influencer or anything like that when I started this.
Yeah, well, just keep in mind that you can always reach out to the community if there's something you need. We've got all sorts of things. We've got, like Art Against Ignorance has got his little group, all set up. That is a good place to ask if you need anything to do for music. He can either do it or he can, refer you to someone who's got whatever particular talent you're looking for.
I mean, Jen's always helped me out with like intros and stuff in the past. Like she's been awesome for me. But obviously, I wouldn't ask her to do that in the moment because I know Jen's going through it all. She's been through the wars in the last year or two. But Jen's definitely helped me out a lot.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I didn't see her make it to any of the streams, but yeah, I know she's been having major health issues.
Yeah, I was hoping to see Diana in one of these streams.
Diana did make it to one of the streams yesterday. I can't remember which one.
Oh, that's good.
But she was in for a little while. Yeah, I had hoped to see her on more. Okay, Nerdy says he is a One Rodent show, and for anyone who's not familiar with Nerdy Rodent, you really should check him out. He does some great artwork. He's done some stuff that's really surreal, and some stuff that, like, if my novel ever got illustrated, he's done some things that to me look like they're, really alien landscapes and spaceship interiors. It's just some incredible artwork. Yeah, like I said, Diana made it in yesterday. She had been in the hospital. She was on yesterday at home. So they at least sent her home. But yeah, she's got a bunch of different problems that all pile up on each other. And, most of all, her kidneys are so easily set off, and that can, because she's on such a restricted diet, it leads to just a lot of weakness and some fainting spells.
And depression.
Yeah. The mental stuff is a lot of it, and that's why we try to be there for her. And unfortunately, I try to call her, and a lot of times all I get is her voicemail. So I try to be there, and I try to give her more support, but I have to have a way to contact her.
Well, We're 2:04.
Yeah, I suppose we can. Wait, 2:04.
2 hours and 4 minutes we've been running, but it's
Oh,
six,
okay.
or
Yeah,
what,
it's
for
quarter
your,
after.
yeah.
It's quarter past the new day on the international dateline.
Yep.
So, yeah, and Mark Caesar, as far as Diana, yeah, not drinking much at all. In Diana's case, we're not referring to alcohol. She actually has to measure how much water she drinks every day so it doesn't overwhelm her kidneys.
Mm.
But yeah, let's wrap it up here so everybody can go and get some sleep.
Cool.
So, Jenny,
I,
you got anything going on that you want to let people know about before we go?
No, just my continued efforts over at TikTok to get on panels and to call out the Nazis for what they are, human scum and dirt. And, and coming here and doing your thing on Wednesday and doing Mage anytime he'd let me.
Okay,
Sorry,
Jeff,
I
how
just
about
talking
you?
dirty.
But I've got my channel or so on. I'll be plugging along with that as usual, I suppose. Obviously, look out for what we're doing on Claire's channel, and I don't know, whenever we got a sort of date for the award ceremony. So, which I'm sure myself, Claire, Jen, and Mero will be discussing at some point soon. So that will be in the new year.
Okay, Junie, if you're still listening, I did send you another message on Twitter or some. So need you to check that. Okay, what about you, Ducky? I see you around on more and more channels.
I'm planning on actually like uploading content at some point, like if I actually get a computer, but yeah, I'll see how that goes.
Yeah. I have seen some people do some impressive things with just a cell phone. The best example of that really is the Jen with one N. If you look at her channel, her whole alphabet series, she did just on her cell phone through a website, and it's actually some light animation there, but some really cute stuff she did. So
yeah, now that I've got
you'd have to ask her what website it was she used for that.
Yeah, now that I've got an improved Wi-Fi connection,
Yeah,
I should be able to
a
start.
good internet connection is always the critical thing. Yeah, I have realized a problem I've been having in the stream, is people congratulating me for all this, and it's like I'm not used to getting credit for what I do, so this is making me feel incredibly uncomfortable.
Well, stop it.
Yeah, I'm just so used to, they only look at me if it went wrong. If it went well, somebody else takes the credit.
Hey, don't get a big head out of this. We're gonna still blame you for everything,
Yeah.
I'm usually used to who not good enough.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of how I always feel with my family was, one of the problems is I'm the youngest of 9. So it's like, even if I'm following one person's instructions to the letter, somebody else is going to tell me I'm doing it wrong. You can never get a consensus from all 8 people that, it's all a good job the same way. There's always somebody who's going to pick it apart because they would have done it differently. Yeah, Mark, the streams really are a big part of my therapy.
Same here.
Yeah. Okay, so Mage, what have you got in the works? You're starting to launch a new channel?
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. I do need to come up with a good name. If anyone would like to make any suggestions, you can go to the marathon live stream, and leave a comment there or message me on Twitter. I should be releasing another video on gardening pretty soon, and hopefully I can get to getting the year-end video done. And one last thank you for all the gifts you guys sent me. There were a few Secret Santas out there that sent me some gifts, and
Oh, cool.
I'm very appreciative about that. In fact, the next video on my gardening channel will be featuring one of them.
Cool.
It's really nice of people to do that.
Yeah, so
Hey, Beck, you got here just in time for the wrap up. Speaking of the wrap up, Mage, could you put that scroll back up on the screen?
yeah, sure. Let's see.
Did you just wake up, Beck?
Special thanks.
Yeah. This is the time Beck is normally getting ready for work.
Do I remember? Did I get everybody here, or did I miss somebody? I copied it from the description you had in the.
Yep, you should have everybody. I'm waiting for it to come around again. Okay, yeah, these are the supporters, the people who support me on Patreon. Skip Crasher, Kitty the Atheist, Robert X, Lavender Lady, Greg Hartwick, Southern Sal, and Vonrek
Vonrek.
SoulStrider. Excellent.
Wait.
Yeah, you got everyone in there.
Okay.
So yeah, these are the people who are help paying the internet bill so I can keep doing this every week. So yeah, we will be back. Well, tomorrow already is Wednesday, so I'll have to come up with something for that. But yeah, every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Central. So always appreciate everybody who comes and hangs out with us. Jenny got a link to her TikTok video there, so yeah, everybody should go check out Jenny's new video. So, yep, I appreciate everything, the help all of you give us. So yeah, we will let everybody get some sleep. So a joyful Yuletide to all, and to all good night.
Good night.
Later.
Good night. Y'all take care. Don't get